it's Liz Miller. This is my third video for week 2. I think I have everything together now, so I've got 6 files in my application. App.js just kicks it off. Net.js checks for network location, and I'll explain this highlighted bit here in a minute. Loc.js looks for the location, and for the Android, I've commented out. Actually, it's not commented out. I should comment this out. We'll just do that right now. So the geolocation bit is not working for Android, so I'm just using a static latitude and longitude for requesting information. API takes the latitude and longitude, builds the URL, sends the query out to get the data from Weather Underground, and these are all the pieces for the onload. When I get a response, parse all this out, shortening up my terms, making my list of making the pieces of my custom object. Here's my forecast period. These are arrays to capture, I think there are 8 periods of forecast, and data alerts. Didn't get a chance to completely work through this because there weren't conveniently any alerts for me to work for, so it's there, and someday when I'm really bored and have plenty of time, I'll go back and figure that out. So that is API. Store. This stores our information. I stored a property here so I can change between Fahrenheit and Celsius temps when I display the weather. So I set it here. Fahrenheit is the default, and then there's going to be a settings page, which you'll see, that the user can change it to Celsius if they want to. I've got a read data function. This reads the stored data, and down here we have a store data function, and this is all working correctly now that I've got my length property back over here under right here, length, that was missing before. So the capturing of data, pulling of data, and storing of data, all that's working out well. And my last page, SV_UI, I started off with just a UI file, which was fine, and I wanted to test a different way of building my screens. So SV is for scrollable view. So I create a main window, and then I create 3 views, and then I put those 3 views inside this scrollable view. Not sure I can explain it without actually showing it to you, but so there are 3 different views. There's 3 different chunks of build. Third build, obviously, for the third view. Build 2 a little further down. Here's build 2, that's for view 2, and build 1 for view 1. And last but not least, some exports to get our information back to the previous page on the store data. So let me scroll up here, and I'll start off with the Android app. When I load it, it tells me it's going to its alert messages are out of order, but it's telling me that it's going to load stored data because the Wi-Fi is turned off here. So it can't, there's no network connection, so it's not going to be able to go out and get data. There should be an alert before this that says no network connection, check network. It's labeled that way. That's what this highlighted bit. The alert for please check network connection comes first, and then loading stored data. Not exactly sure why they come out backwards, but ultimately we end up with the same thing. It's going to load stored data. I click OK, and then it says please check network connection. didn't play real long at trying to get that flipped around because it seemed minor to me, and here we are. It doesn't load anything because there's not actually anything stored yet because we haven't run anything else. This hasn't been run before on this simulator. So that's the Android app. On the iPad, I'm going to switch over here and tack on a FaceTime video. So back in a second. Okay, here is my iOS demo, or my iPad demo. My project is here in the upper corner here. I tap and it starts, and you can't read that, but it says, do I want to allow location? Yes, I do. So, sorry about the wiggles and jiggles. I hope you're not getting car sick. Click allow, and there's my app. Like I was saying before, there are 3 views. It shows today, forecast, and settings. So today is just the current conditions, what's happening right now. It's 61 degrees, it's mostly cloudy. Here's the high, here's the low. This is just all the current data for right now. If I swipe, I get to my second page, which is forecast, and each one of the blocks is the forecast for one of the 8 periods that are available. If I swipe one more time, I get to a settings page, and this is where the user can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. And if units in Fahrenheit question mark, it's green, meaning it's on, so units are in Fahrenheit. If I click this, now it's off, and I also have a refresh button here. When I click refresh, it reloads the app, and everything's going to be in Celsius now. This blank screen here is an issue that I was unable to resolve. When I rebuild, I end up with this blank screen. But if I swipe again, here's my first page, and now everything is in Celsius. Once more, the forecast. Forecast hasn't changed. The forecast is only given in Fahrenheit. There's no Celsius equivalent. And if I swipe to the settings page, it saves my setting. It's in the off position, which means Celsius. So, pretty happy with the whole thing. One thing I would change is this page in particular. I would like to display a picture in the background that represents whatever my current condition is. So mostly cloudy would be a picture of lots of clouds. Partly cloudy, maybe fewer clouds. Sunny, picture of sunshine, and so on. So that's one thing I would do in the future. And also, I don't know how to rebuild the app without getting this blank page when I click refresh on the settings page. So any advice there would be greatly appreciated. And thank you again for all your help and letting me turn this in very, very late. Thanks.